We've seen the start attribute in the previous discussion. Now we're going to introduce another attribute, which is the ID attribute. So the HTML ID attribute is used to specify a unique ID for an HTML element. The value of the ID attribute must be unique within the HTML document. You cannot have more than one element with the same ID in an HTML document, and you must remember that. So let's see an example. Imagine you have two paragraphs in your HTML page. So this is paragraph 1 and this is paragraph 2. So your task is to make the text color of the first paragraph red. You're going to change this and format this paragraph into red, and the other one, the next paragraph, is blue. So how do we do that? So you add styling to your HTML document through CSS. So CSS is a style sheet language where you can add any presentation related to information for your HTML document. So you will learn about HTML as we progress throughout this course. So, but for now, you will have, in this case, you will have to write code in your style sheet to inform that it needs to change color. Colors respectively. But to identify each paragraph, we need to give them a name first so we can instruct our style sheet to make the first one red and the other one blue. So the unique name that we will give to our style to the ID. Okay, so this unique name we give to each element is called an ID. So this is very similar to your school, that is unique to you. So no one else in your school will have the same ID as you. So ID is an attribute. So it should be unique to the element. So we know how more than one people having the same ID can just cause a lot of confusion. So here we can style para 1 and para 2 separately using CSS. So the ID attribute helps us do this by letting us give each paragraph an ID. So you see that we put the ID attribute inside the P tag. So later in your CSS, you can use this ID to format whatever you want the style for your paragraph 1. And the same with the next paragraph.